Everyone knows that home insurance rates are going up, driven by severe weather, labor and material shortages, and inflation. This is causing some carriers to slow or even stop writing home policies. The good news is that many companies are making coverage changes that are allowing them to get better rates and start writing home insurance again. The bad news is that these changes are pretty significant and will cause frustration for both customers and agents who don't understand them. Your opportunity is to understand these changes so you can teach and explain them to your customers, reduce their frustration, and show your value as an insurance professional. What kind of changes are underway? The first have to do with deductibles. First, most home insurance companies are increasing the minimum deductible that they permit on a home insurance policy. Gone are the days of the $500 deductible. For most, at least 1,000, even 1,500 is going to be common. Also, the higher value the home we're seeing results in a higher deductible. So maybe $2,500 deductible for a $300,000 house. Watch for that. But in addition to your regular deductible, minimum wind and hail deductibles, which used to be optional or maybe only applied in coastal states, are starting to become mandatory across the country. These are usually expressed in a percentage of the total dwelling coverage for the home. So, for example, the wind and hail deductible for a $300,000 house would be $3,000, no matter what the regular deductible for the home policy is. The even bigger change, though, is that replacement cost coverage for roofs, you're going to see that going away, and we see that happening with a lot of carriers already. Sometimes what they'll do is provide replacement cost coverage for the first few years after a roof is new. And then when the roof reaches a certain age, they'll start reducing the amount that they'll pay out for the replacement or repair of that roof on a schedule that you can actually just see what that percentage is each year. Some companies will also just start reducing the roof coverage immediately, like in year two, by a smaller amount, and then just each year, again, continue reducing that coverage on a schedule. We're also seeing that because slate and metal roofs are more resistant to damage, they often depreciate more slowly than shingle roofs. The reason to end this replacement cost coverage is to make the actual coverage in line with what the reduced value of the roof is with its wear and tear over the years. Keep in mind, by the way, that both the wind and hail deductibles and the reduction or elimination of replacement cost coverages for roofs both apply to your customers in the case of a roof claim. That means most people will end up paying much more for a roof replacement after they have a claim related to the roof. So, what does this mean to you as an insurance agent? We'd say there are 5 things. First, as a practical matter, ages of roofs matter, so make sure you get it accurate in your quote and when you write a piece of business. You're not going to fool an insurance company by saying all of your customers have roofs that are just a couple years old. They're going to be checking, get it right. Second, you need to understand how the roof coverage works for the insurance companies you represent so that you can explain that correctly, both the deductible changes as well as depreciation schedules. Make sure your customers understand that. Third, if you have some insurance companies that you regularly compete against, you might research them, learn how their coverage works, so that when you have a customer bring their deck page to you, you can clearly explain to them what they have and how that compares to what you're offering. And that relates directly to the fourth item, which is that when people are switching their insurance to you, you need to make sure that they understand how the coverage that they had worked and how it compares to what they have with you now. And fifth, even if one or more of your insurance companies hasn't made these changes yet, it's important that you explain to your customers that these changes are coming and prepare them for that because almost assuredly, these insurance companies will end up making those changes. After all, the ones who don't are going to end up paying a lot more in claims, as they have been, driving up the costs that we've seen, and because they're taking the most risk. So you just want to make sure that you don't complain about this or say it's awful, but help them understand how this is helping insurance companies to offer competitive rates, keep their home insurance affordable, and that planning to replace that roof someday is something they should probably be saving up for the time when that might happen. Finally, if you're a customer watching this and you're wondering what you can do to keep your home insurance rates down, we would suggest you find a Firefly agent. After all, they have more insurance companies that they can quote for you than just about anybody. And if you are an agent watching this and you're not with Firefly, you sure could be, and we'd love to talk to you about it. So please contact us and maybe we can get you set up with some more home insurance companies. That's all for today. Till next time.